Hello, welcome to part 194 of our survival Bedrock series. I'm gonna peek around and see what I can do, because I'm not very stimulated by this game right now, but I wanted to come on, see what I can do. Yeah, I've been thinking about just making a dedicated space for these trees instead of having them grow inside the way they've been. I really have to scope out where the space is going to be. This is a good location for a tree farm, to be honest. Just right here. You know? Interesting. Interesting indeed. I think I might do it because I don't really plan on doing much over here anyway. Okay. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. So it works right there. I think I'm gonna make my tree farm right here. I'm sorry. Yeah, okay. I think I'm just gonna do it right here and call it a day. Four. I don't think it'll be bad. It's sheltered. It doesn't feel like it's disconnected from the house per se. And if I wanted to, I could have entry from anywhere over here. So, okay, yeah. This shall be my tree farm. Little bit of a modern touch here, I suppose. But I know I have to relocate those trees. Two, three. Hello? I don't think it'll be bad. So I'm thinking the tree farm would start minimum of 5 blocks away from the house, or 4 blocks. And there should be very, very minimal, for that reason, very, very minimal trimming involved. Yeah, because if you look, they're never going to be, the foliage is never going to be in excess of 2. And there are 1, 2, 3, so it'll never connect with the house. Yeah, this is definitely the right choice. In fact, I'm gonna dismantle the current tree farm immediately to prevent more from growing, because there's no need. There's no need at all whatsoever. Let me collect these before they grow, and I can revert the house to the way it was before. This was a nice little experimental moment. I think it showed me that there was no way to squeeze these inside the main house in a way that makes sense. So I'm okay with this. But I will be returning the house to the way it was before now. It'll be so good to have this back to the way it was before. Genuinely. I'll keep this the way it is for now, just so the horses don't go anywhere. I can change this anytime. It's not that vital. I want it to be recessed slightly anyway because I want 2 doors. Let me... Oops. So glad I thought I took some distance from this game, because I was just dying on the hill, really, of having it inside the main house officially, and it just wasn't making sense. I achieved it, but not in a way that made sense. Excuse me. Obviously, I'll remove the railings when I go back up there. So much better. Like, that was genuinely so disruptive before. It was awful. This I will close up again. Always change it if I needed to. I believe that was like that before. I will remove this. When I figure out what I'm doing under here, I'll remove that. Oh, this is actually so cool. It makes a little deck. Let me see what's going on here. Oh, that's so cool. That's amazing how that just happens to work out. So I lowered this one step. I depressed it one step to create a landing and also to accommodate where it was sort of turning into here, because otherwise there wouldn't have been a 3 by 3 square clearing. And it just so happens that this area that would become my tree farm later, it can function perfectly as a balcony without a step. Meant to be. Literally meant to be. Kind of crazy, actually. Um, I know this seems really weird, but it'll be like a sort of modern installation. And I do believe the half slabs, it being 7.5 blocks high, will still stop the trees from growing too high, which is something I tested inside the house, so they shouldn't become super trees with the slabs. This is definitely a little weird, but it's the best location, the most practical location for a tree farm. I don't think it'll be too obtrusive. When it's finished. Okay. And it's such a good value because it really is like, it is like indoor basically, because I can just go out here and access it. You know, it's right there. I can fence it in as needed. I can figure that out later. My thinking was 2 in the box before because I was really dead set on having it be inside officially, like inside the main house, but this is just as fine. Okay. I'll quickly cut down a tree over there. I don't want to plant it there because then it will grow into a super tree, potentially. I'm gonna go balls to the wall with it, all out, fill it up as it would be if it were functioning normally. For this row, I might actually just turn that into fence, actually. It's a little weird looking, but it's okay. I had to do something unique here. And this is very obviously, in the context of Minecraft, a tree farm. Like, it's not a, it doesn't look weird. It's better than it being over here. Okay, so cute little balcony moment. It's a little weird. I don't like stuff like this because then it's like, oh, why not just connect it to the house, you know? It's okay. This was born not of me wanting to create more space, but of me wanting to have there be a convenient tree farm here. I had no choice. May have to move these slightly, yeah. I think I will. I originally said I wouldn't want to do this because, like, do it like this because, in theory, that means villagers could sail down here and get trapped between the door and the fence. But I do want there to be some doors here. Oh no, that's not enough space anyway. Okay, no, it's fine. Yeah. It's a don't get me wrong, it's a little strange, but like excuse me, there's no other way I could have done this. I would have needed to build a colossal room on one of the sides. Like, the alternative here was to go over here and put out a giant box into this field. It may seem like there's space available to do that, but it would throw off this entire texture and rhythm over here, and it would consume, it would go out like up to here. It may seem like there's space, but I just don't want to do that. Oh, and the terrain is not inclement. It's not accommodating of I would have to fill some stuff in. It would just be messy. So in order to make it work, I would have to continue this level out here. It would only go as far as here. This I couldn't use. And it would just be a giant box. Here's what I'll do. If I don't like this iteration of the tree farm that I've just installed, I'll put it here. That'll be the last the last thing. It seems to be working very, very nicely. I'm very pleased. It makes sense. I feel like it frames the creek. It frames this whole area nicely. You know? Maybe I can add a little bridge here at some point. A little tiny, tiny, tiny bridge. Like right over here. These are gonna grow like the speed of light, and I won't have to worry about trimming anymore. I think this is smart, honestly. Now, if I really wanted to, I could just box this whole area in, since I already know that the trees are not touching surrounding space. That's also an option. If I felt the need to do that, I would. But I don't feel the need right now. Gonna do two things here. Right here, I think I'll add doors going down. They make sense right here. Especially with this little transition point. Works out, aesthetically speaking. Like this being an area between this junction here with the two layers for security, so that if one gets out, it won't just, you know, escape. Accentuates a space for a door here. Only thing that I'm not fond of is, might be a little awkward. Have to be careful now, it's getting a little dark. Might look a little awkward here. Yeah, I can't put it. Damn, that's stupid. Fine, it's fine. I can, you know what's so cool though? I can literally just farm right here in my beautiful tree farm. Some wood. Bam, what? What? Period. That's on Slay, period. It's not complete. I do need to be sure that it's lit up properly. So we're not there yet. Oh, please do come in. Oh, I'm so happy that you're here. Okay. I want this here. This is genuinely such a better design in all ways. Having the tree farm be here in this little nook makes so much more sense. But I do need to light it up. Oh, finally. I got my Fletcher. Nice. You okay, sir? I'll light it up. Oh. Yikes. Yeah, that's dangerous. At some point I do see this closing off. We'll see. It does create like redundant area. Yeah. I'm gonna back up the game though, because I do know that even if this is not the perfect design, it's better than the one before. So I am gonna back that up. And if it turns out that this isn't the design either, I can modify it. It's not a big deal, but it's better than the one before, and so I will officially stamp that in. Okay. Where is my sword? Oh. I hope it despawned. Not yet. But you can't get me, so... We'll see what happens with this space. I could uninstall this, I could... look at all these creepers around. Probably because of the material I just installed in here. I just placed down, I mean. Anyways, I can uninstall this, or I can modify it so that it becomes a more permanent fixture. Since I've already established the dimensions, I could see it becoming a permanent fixture, honestly. Just putting this over and calling it a day, you know. Why is there a witch nearby? Oh, nice. 2 cows spawned here. Did I miss something? No, both of my horses are definitely contained. It's just that a third one spawned, I guess, a black one because of the proximity of other black ones. Interesting. Yeah, I could very easily close this. And it would be fine, actually. I'd like to scope that out a bit. Get some distance here. I know from the front it's not going to be a problem. From the front, it'll be very low profile, ironically, because you won't even be able to see that anything's sticking out there. Looks even more natural than just the bare wall. From the side, it actually still looks quite natural. There's nothing stopping me from just attaching it to the house, honestly. That being more of an alleyway is like a modern feature. If I had to go about it that way, I would. But I'm seeing that I don't really need to do that. I'm comfortable with attaching the 2 planes and just making a big space up there. Because the runway does feel weird. I think we should just attach it and call it a day, you know? Only thing is, unfortunately, I'll lose out on some, I'll lose this window here, but I don't really care about that much. It's okay, you know? This being here, I'll remove this for now. Just be normal room here. This does create a good opportunity to go up there. Oh, this is so much better. What? I can't believe it was... Yeah, that was crazy of me before. This is so much better. It's not even close. And this is really interesting too, because this is 1 step depressed. It has to be, because of the 7 height rule. Although I suppose I could just double it, you know, and make it. But that would require you going down and then going up a step. Doesn't make any sense. It being 1 lower actually makes it a special exception over here. This terrace is a special exception. It creates some unique aesthetic points here. This would normally be concealed. So it's nice. Actually, I could see making this another space for the master bedroom. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead for now. I'll just close this off easily so that no one can go there. Yeah, this is a lot better. But I do, yes, need to close this up. Maybe not fully. Yeah, I could still keep that there. We'll see. These are fine here. I think this is cute. Actually, I like this. I like that a lot. But as I said earlier, when I have more village population, more density, I'll open some windows so I don't have to worry about babies that are really valuable falling out the window. When you have more villagers, the babies are less valuable, obviously. When you have less, you don't want that happening. This is such a good design. Yeah, I'm not gonna... I don't think I would ever transfer it over to the other side of the field. When this works perfectly fine, just like this. And it feels proportionate. This part over here, in front of this, was feeling both transversely and sagittally barren. Height-wise and horizontally, in the context of this wall, it was just feeling like a big strip. Up and down. And I just filled it. So, that's good. Now, and we'll want to put some torches in here. In the plot of the saplings themselves. Right in the center. I could do one in the center and two on the sides, actually. Or however it works out. I don't know. Oh, I guess I only need one in the center. Because it's miniature. Wow, this is growing at the speed of light. The only thing I might want to do is actually close this off, like I said before, with fence. So that no creepy crawlies potentially can come in. It's tempting too because it coincides so nicely with this line here. I kind of do want to just close it in. And it would respect the creek for the most part. I would just need to take this piece away. Let me make a note to do that. Just gonna get some crackers. What's up? All right. Actually, so interesting to see the green there. Literally, what are you doing? All right. Yeah, this is gonna be a little dangerous for a while. Oh, wow. Very dangerous. I'm gonna have to find a way to manage that because that's just insanely dangerous. Like I have said repeatedly, if I just had the metal and the chains, I'd be able to mitigate this greatly by hanging lanterns on the underside of the roofs, and it would penetrate to some extent. Oh my gosh. All right. Anyway. Before, I felt like I would have to worry about this becoming a closed room, but I really don't need to do that at all. In fact, I could put a tree here and just have a cute little deck. There's a nice amount of space here. There's a lot of interesting dynamics going on out here. I love it here, actually. So glad it worked out this way. Let me look at this. Thinking about putting oak trapdoor here. It wouldn't be bad because it would be a reference to this part. I love this part because it looks like an inn. It's very pretty. Like a tavern. But I feel like, especially for the reason that this is depressed, this should be open up here. I wouldn't want it to be fenced as well. No. But I think it should be open. Yeah, I think this looks nice here. The fence is here because it applies to the rule of the stairs. The fence is there because it applies to the rule of the face of those triangular rooms. This no longer applies. Oh, this is so much better. So much better than it being squeezed in here. Like an anaconda. Anaconda. I said anaconda. So much better here. It's not even funny how much better it is here. So some trees did get here, but very, very minimally. Some foliage, I mean. And so we have a lovely functional tree farm that will not grow against the house, and it will not grow too tall, and it's nice and contained here. I am going to do what I established earlier and box this in, because I do want the tree farm to be contained. So that no one can breeze in here at night. Believe me, it makes a difference. The tree farm, really, is supposed to be fully indoors. I could make it fully indoors if I put a big wall of stripped log. Do leaves continue to... Can leaves sustain themselves on stripped log? If they can, then that's a moot point. Anyways, I do want to close this in for sure. I don't want it to be open. I want it to be closed officially, so I feel safe when I'm mining. I'm only slightly less safe than I would be in a fully enclosed tree farm. And if I feel like that's stupid looking, I could always just change my mind. So now this is officially enclosed. The saplings will continue to grow. They will not attach to anything. So luxurious. This is right next to my house. It's literally right in my backyard. Everything is very well lit. I don't think there will ever be an issue out here, honestly. Come on. And if I ever think it looks weird or I want it to be officially closed, then I can officially close it. But for now, I really did want to secure it so that no one could physically just cross the boundary and chill in the trees, because that's a hazard. No matter how well lit, you still don't want traffic. Like, something could spawn over here, you know? And like I keep saying, if I ever do want to close the wall here, I can. That would be contingent on whether tree leaves despawn in contact with stripped log. Whether the same rule applies to stripped log that applies to oak. But as it stands, the full function of this farm is here already. No contact. I love it. It's the perfect amount of space, and it's the perfect amount of growth. It's not too much. It's just right. I'll put another Yeah. Put another door right there. Ease of access. And it still respects the space, I think. I still think this is a very nice backyard. I could just add a couple oak trap doors over here if I felt the need to, just right across. Trying to see where this goes. Yeah, there isn't really a super perfect alignment there. This is such a good tree farm. And I feel safe because I'm backed in the corner and I'm surrounded by light. And there's a ceiling too, so no creepy, crawly creeper is going to be spawning anywhere. 1, 2. I can, since this is the third block from floor level, I can actually also add light here, which is very nice. As well as here, we'll just take those across. 1, 2, 3. Yep, that makes sense. This is so lovely. Oh my god. Chicken, you want to come in? Chicken, come on. I like the potential for compartmentalization here with the farms. Right now they're just all together, but you know, I could make the chicken pen here. I could do whatever I needed to do to separate them easily. So it works out very nicely. And I just love how this all seamlessly cascades and flows. It's like this tree farm, ironically, when originally the thought of it was a burden, it's actually connected the spaces better, which is interesting. Hmm. Anyway. I hate that. I knew that would happen. I just wish I had some stairs here, you know? It's okay. It's not vital. Just would have scratched that itch, you know? Yeah, a bridge across a little one, just a modest bridge across the creek will be quite nice. Just oak trapdoors would be fine. I can open this up to the harbor too at some point. This will always be closed over here to respect the peninsula. Oh yeah, it's very dangerous over here, I forgot. This honestly is one of my most well-designed houses I've ever made in Minecraft. I feel like I say that about every single house. I kind of want to close this up. I know it's an interesting dynamic to be able to get a little prelude of what's to come, but I feel like that just feels better right there. I don't know. Because then I fully departed from that tradition with the fence over the stairs. I might have to keep this here, even if I don't want to. I'll keep it here for now. That's annoying. Oh, that's annoying. Okay. It's so good to be back with the space here. This is so pretty. I love this. Seeing the green on the other side of the trapdoors is so pretty. And I have a lot of sticks now, actually, so... You there, Fletcher. That feels so good. Yeah, I don't have to worry about this anymore because I have a marvelous, lush, abundant tree farm right in my backyard. Best thing ever. so dangerous because of the roofs, man. Because I don't have lanterns. I just don't want to put a bunch of torches on top of the roof. That's so ugly. I know from experience there's no pretty way to do it. I'll be able to get 2 bookcases, literally just 2. Is that insane? Literally just 2. For all of those, it won't even amount to 3, because I don't have 27 emerald. Isn't that crazy? To me, that's crazy. But I will get a clean 27 emeralds in the next playthrough. Very productive. I'm glad I did what I did. Now I have a beautiful source of wood, and it's safe, and it's pretty, and it's functional. It's nice and consolidated in that little utility harbor instead of jutting out into the flower field. Because it may seem like that big grassy field was a better choice, but it's not. Because harbors are associated with utility, that field should be respected on the side of the house. That should be left alone. Alright, see y'all in the next one.